Is it possible for every home on Earth to run on sunlight, day and night, without a bill, without a catch? The short answer is yes. We can power every home on Earth with solar energy day and night. But the long answer involves technology, economics, and the social structures that shape how energy is produced and distributed. Let's start with centralized solar farms, the kind owned by large corporations. To power the entire planet 24/7 using solar panels and hydrogen storage, we'd need around 300,000 square kilometers of land. That's roughly a square 550 kilometers on each side. To put that in perspective, it's the size of Norway, Poland, or Oman. Or about the size of New Mexico or Arizona. Just 3% of the Sahara or 4% of Australia's surface. And that's using inefficient hydrogen storage for nighttime energy. With better storage tech, the land requirement drops even further. So yes, solar can power the world, and the land needed is surprisingly modest. Of course, this land wouldn't be in one place. Solar farms would be distributed across countries. But here's the catch: ownership remains centralized, just like today's fossil fuel infrastructure, controlled by a handful of corporations. Now let's talk about the decentralized alternative. Every home generating its own solar power. Thanks to innovations like Perovskite and organic solar cells, we now have transparent and semi-transparent panels that can be applied to windows, walls, and roofs. These panels can include built-in storage or connect to storage systems like batteries or hydrogen. If a home generates surplus power, say, with solar panels on every surface, hydrogen storage becomes viable, even through weeks of sunless days. Solar farms already produce electricity cheaper than fossil fuels, and costs continue to fall. Rooftop solar is also becoming more affordable. But here's the truth. If governments truly wanted to democratize energy, they could fast-track deployment of low-cost solar panels for every household. So why hasn't it happened? Because the public conversation has been hijacked, reduced to a binary fight over climate change ideology. But solar panels don't care about politics. They offer free electricity, day and night, regardless of who you vote for. If people on both sides of the political spectrum demanded low-cost solar panels for homes, apartments, and small businesses, governments would be forced to act. And that would benefit every single person on this planet. The technology has existed since the early 2000s. What's missing is mass production, deployment, and, most importantly, public pressure. Perovskite and organic solar cells are cheap to manufacture, easy to install, and recyclable. But without a groundswell of citizen demand, they sit idle, wasted potential in plain sight. Instead of fighting over whether to transition away from fossil fuels, we should unite to demand energy freedom. Low-cost solar panels with storage. Installed on every home. Liberating us from centralized control. The sun doesn't care about politics. It shines for everyone. So share this, speak up, and let's build a world where power belongs to the people.